So chapter 384 of Hunter x Hunter, chapter X chapter, if you want to pronounce the X. This one deals with two different things. We have one scene that happens with the Phantom Troupe and some of the Mafia members, and we have one scene that happens with Prince Tserriednich. I guess is his name. Someone, how do you pronounce that name? I don't know. Anyways, I love the Phantom Troupe. Phantom Troupe is one of my favorite things in Hunter x Hunter, so you know this. So you know I was excited to see Finks, Phaeton, and Nobunaga here. And they're basically talking about the Mafia the three Mafia members. And what's happening with Morena. She is the one, the illegitimate child of the king, who has the Nen ability where she can kiss somebody and then that kind of awakens their Nen, and then after they get so many kills, they can have a Nen ability of their own. I don't quite remember all the specifics of it, but I think that's kind of the gist. So she has all of her followers out committing murders, essentially, so that they can get up to a certain number of murders so that they can get their own Nen ability. So that's all going on. So the Mafia members are trying to make sense of all this, and they're basically talking about the rules for the Mafia, because, we can't just have crazy killings happening all the time, right? We got to have some kind of mutual understanding here between each other, some kind of benefit, so that we're not just all killing each other. So the Mafia there's three different Mafia groups that are going on, and Morena is the head of the one of them that's sending out all the people to kill, right? So the Mafia members are basically like, this is how it works. There's a murder on our side, then the two Mafia heads, will contact each other and create the terms to make this even, to make this square. So there was a murder in this Mafia group from that Mafia group. The leaders would call each other and be like, yo, we fucked up. It's cool. So what do we do? Well, I guess we'll have to kill somebody over here to kind of balance it out. So you kill one of your dudes, and then that'll make up for one of my dudes being dead, and then we're all even, and then it doesn't have to matter. So it's very organized, very sophisticated, and it keeps them from battling against each other. It keeps the three Mafia groups working concurrently instead of, constantly trying to battle for dominance. Well, apparently, if the leaders don't get in contact with each other to create the terms to make it even, then they are all at conflict with each other, and that creates a war between the three Mafia groups. And the Phantom Troupe is basically saying, we don't give a fuck, which I love. All this explanation is given to him, and Finks is just like, look, or was it Nobunaga? Nobunaga's like, look, why don't we just go kill Morena? That'll just end the whole thing. She's the leader of that. They'll just take out that whole Mafia group. Why don't we just do that? Because the Phantom Troupe, as we know, as we've seen before in the York New City arc, they have no problem taking out Mafia groups. They do not care. They are not a crime organization. They are not a syndicate. They are just a group of really powerful people that like to have fun and like to steal, valuable things and like to live the way that they want to live. They are free spirits, all just kind of working together under Chrollo. They're their own small private unit, and right now all they care about is finding Hisoka. That's what they want to do, because they want revenge as well for Hisoka killing two members of the Phantom Troupe, and constantly being in their business and fucking them up. So Phantom Troupe, all they care about is Hisoka. So they want to get on different levels of the ship so they can continue to check out and find where Hisoka is. So that's why they're involved with the Mafia, I suppose, is because they want to gain access to, the other levels and get the information and whatever. And Nobunaga's just now they're in the middle of this kind of three-way Mafia battle that's going on, and Nobunaga's just let's just fucking kill fucking Morena. Why not? Which is awesome. So we'll see what's happened with that, because the Phantom Troupe is definitely going to throw a huge wrench into whatever this Mafia plan is, and obviously, they are way more powerful than any of the Mafia members themselves that don't have Nen, which I think only the leaders do, and might only be Morena, actually, I'm not sure. So the Phantom Troupe has nothing to worry about. So they are going to go in and they are going to fuck shit up with the Mafia system, and the Mafia members themselves, they are just all going to go insane because of this madness that's happening, because the Phantom Troupe is now part of this. So that's pretty cool. Second part of the chapter deals with Tserriednich again, apparently killing people in his room. I guess the banquet is over from the last chapter. We didn't go back there, and now Tserriednich is back in his room, so does that mean this big banquet that was built up is now just over with? So that's a little anticlimactic, but whatever. But he's been working on his Nen, of course, and being very, very skilled at it, as being the intelligent, sophisticated guy that he is, even though he kills lots of people. And the bodyguard that was training him originally just didn't want to teach him Nen because she recognized how dangerous he was. And as he was picking up Nen quicker and quicker and developing his techniques, she's just like, oh shit. But in this chapter, she kind of has a change of heart, where she's just kind of like agreeing to go along with him. And she even admits to him that she was slowing down her training before. But now she's not going to. Or at least that's what it seems. She might have some sort of hidden motive, I don't know. But apparently he's already basically created a second Nen beast. Not the one from the ritual, but as a specialist / conjuring ability. There's a second Nen beast now that's being, in the background, is sort of like being created by this guy, who he doesn't have control over yet. But apparently the bodyguard that's teaching him is now wanting him to have that control over it. She's kind of changed her mind. And his original Nen beast is looking at her because she's been trying to like slow this down and not have him learn his Nen abilities and whatnot. And the beast is like looking at her, is like, are you sure that he needs to be, are you training him right? And she's confirming to the beast, yes, I have changed my motive and now I am training him specifically, like properly to use Nen. Bad idea. Tserriednich is a fucking psycho, and I just can't even imagine. Just the way that Togashi draws his aura, like it's all like, just, I don't know, it's just this like swarmy, like slimy, like disgusting, like the way he even drew the water when Tserriednich found out he was a specialist, just the way it was like toxic and bubbling and just looks like poison, essentially. Like his Nen looks like poison. He's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And really, the only one that could rival him right now for the Prince Succession War, I mean, Benjamin has a couple of different abilities, but and Haukenberg's that we found out was really, really powerful. But this guy, Tserriednich, like, this is dangerous. And so we'll see what happens with that. That's about it that happened in this chapter. So a lot of information going on. Loud cars, man, I hate them. A lot of information that is going on in this chapter, and I guess we'll see where this goes. I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more I have left, but I know it's not a lot. Anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. Comment your thoughts about this chapter down below. Let me know what you think.